Joining us for the weekend series, Mark Viviano. Mark.
How you doing, Gary? There's that saying in baseball that momentum is only as good as your next day starting pitcher. Well, the Orioles haven't had a lot of momentum, but they have had some good starting pitching. And Jeremys Guthrie has been one of the good ones in the group. So far in 3 starts this year, an ERA of 3.15, not allowing walks, not allowing home runs. And he's setting the tone with strong first innings. Now, last year in the first inning, Guthrie pitched to an ERA of near 8. This year, in 3 starts, no runs allowed in the first inning. I talked to Rick Kranitz about the improvements of Guthrie so far this year.
Well, first thing is he's throwing the ball down and he's throwing strikes, and that's huge with him, because that's what he did in 2008. Is he constantly got ahead and just had the hitters make the hitters hit his pitch, and that's the biggest thing, the biggest change to date is the fact that he's attacking down the strike zone. He's getting ahead of hitters, and now he's able to make his pitch and then not do the other way where he's 2-1 or 2-0 and they're sitting fastball.
First inning's big for him too. First inning was a problem last year. He's getting through first innings, which in terms of confidence and just moving on in the game, that's big, just like first striking in at bat, isn't it? Well,
I think first inning is big in any game, because it's like they say, the old saying is if you don't get him early, you won't get him at all, and that's true for a lot of good pitchers, good starting pitchers as well, because they don't have their rhythm yet. But yeah, you know what? He seems to go out and he's taken the approach that he's just going to pound the strike zone down, and his stuff is certainly good enough to do that. If we're down, he's going to get a lot of ground balls, and that's what it's all about. And his approach has been very good so far.
Coming off a day off and a complete game by a starting pitcher means what for your bullpen coming into always a tough series at Fenway?
Well, I think anytime you can give those guys a blow and down the bullpen, it's good. Obviously we have some guys now that are on 4 and 5 days rest, but that could change in a hurry around here, especially when you start to match up. But to me, the more rest the better for these guys. Because they'll be able to come in a little stronger. So I have no problem with the rest.
Do you ever talk to your guys about pitching to a ballpark, or do you not look at the green monster and even factor that into, you just pitch your game?
Well, it's like I've been in Wrigley Field for 6 years, and yes, you have to pitch to the ballpark, and you have to pitch to the elements. There are some days there where, especially early in the year when the wind's blowing straight in, you challenge guys, and you go right at them. I know we played a game here last year early when Koji pitched, and it was the same kind of situation where the wind was blowing in and he was just pumping fastballs and they were hitting it in the teeth of the wind, and that's fine. Let's see what you got. Obviously, yeah. I think earlier in the season, in the colder weather, it doesn't carry as much here, but we still have to be aggressive. We still, the greatest thing you can do as a pitcher is throw the ball down and away, and that's key for these guys against Boston.
Well, Jeremys Guthrie's had a history of struggles in this ballpark, not unique to him. A lot of pitchers have struggled here. Before the game, Guthrie was wearing a batting helmet in the clubhouse. Maybe a sign that he's ready for battle, or maybe a hint to the hitters on this team. Get me some runs, maybe I'll win a game. Upstairs now to Gary and Jeff.